In this module, we'll take a look at what we call assets. First, I'll define what an asset actually is, and then we'll see how to add an asset into an experience and assign it content. In Interface, assets are the various graphic and auditory media elements you can use in your interface experiences. There are 4 different kinds of assets. First, there are media assets, which include classics like images, videos, 3D models, documents, and websites. Then we have 2 text assets, enabling you to place text on the screen. One is used for simple text entry, while the other accepts HTML formatted text. Next, there are interactive assets, which exist to receive input from a user. The most commonly used example is the button. And finally, you have the shape assets, graphic elements that help you to enhance your visuals. Each of these assets has a dedicated documentation page in our Help Center, so if you're looking for details on a specific asset, the Help Center is the place to go. Here's a tip for you. You can use the search box at the top of Composer to open the Help Center search page in your favorite browser. Let's talk about adding assets into a scene. There are 2 approaches to choose from. You can either add an asset container and then assign content, or add graphic media directly. We'll look at both examples. The first option is to add an empty asset container into the scene and then assign content. We start by clicking an asset in the Assets panel, like the video asset. Note how this selection results in the creation of an empty video asset container within the scene. Instead, I could have also drag and drop the asset from the Assets panel and onto the canvas. By doing that, the container will be placed wherever I drop it. Double-clicking this video asset enables me to assign content to it. I can either browse my local file system to find a video for import, or I can reuse a video that has already been imported. Note, imported media is a copy of the original file, ensuring that all media will be available after deployment. It is the job of Composer's content library to list all imported media. Now imagine I created a new version of the original video and wanted to update it in my project. I can certainly import the new video using a different name and then reassign it to each video asset containing the older version. However, there's a better way. I can simply replace the video in the content library and Composer will update all uses of that media within the project. So I'll point to the new version of my video and there. It's updated everywhere it's being used. Let's look at the second option for adding an asset. In this case, I'm avoiding an empty container and going straight to an actual piece of media. See how I've put an image and a video in a folder? All I have to do is drag and drop them into the scene and Composer will create the corresponding assets. Composer recognizes the format of each file and creates the correct asset type. With this method, the media is automatically imported and shows up within the content library. Remember, if I want to reuse imported media, I can just drag and drop it from the content library panel and onto the canvas. That's all there is to do for assets. Now you know how to add your own media with just a couple of clicks.